in at WSMN.live.
The views and opinions of the following show do not reflect those of WSMN, its owners, and/or associates.
Lisa and Robin are two fun friends diving deep into conversations where nothing is taboo. They believe in eating dessert before dinner and wearing the bikini. They're allergic to labels, authority, and cheap shoes. Currently, they're launching themselves through life being the good time, bold enough to take risks and inquisitively asking, what's next? They hail from New Hampshire, but they could be anywhere dressed in cute clothes. If they had to share a tombstone, it would read, "Curiosity killed these cats." Your hosts, Lisa and Robin on the mic.
Welcome to Lisa and Robin on the mic. You are listening on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live. You can see us up live on YouTube, possibly, definitely YouTube. I can see us up there, and we are always up after the hour on Spotify and everywhere you find your favorite podcasts. I am here, sans Robin. She has some other plans today, lucky her, but I am in the studio with Juan Rosario. He's going to be jumping on the headphones in a second. I wanted to announce that he is going to be at Fuego this evening, which is 368 Central Ave in Dover, New Hampshire. He is part of a, I think, 3 or 4 person comedy show. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Excellent. How are you?
Pretty good.
Well, I'm not really that great because of the rain.
No. I think I brought it with me from Florida. I don't know what happened.
Oh, no. It's been awful, and I've been damp for 3 days. I've been out. I've been showing property. I've been doing various things. This morning, I had to go get my blood drawn, marching around. So I'm very damp. So I'm not quite okay, but I'm doing okay. So so you're up from Florida. You're down there permanently now?
Yeah, in the meantime, for sure. Definitely for now. I do like it. From last time I was here, I was like, I'm not sure, but now I'm warming up to it. No pun intended, but I'm not going to be there forever, but I do like it for sure.
What part of Florida?
Central Florida, so like 30 minutes from Orlando.
Okay. Do you go to Orlando a lot?
Yeah, we'll spend time there, or Tampa, Clearwater.
Yes.
Kind of all, because I'm like in the middle, so everything is like within like an hour drive, which is so nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you're closer to Central to the west?
Never eat soggy. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Tampa's one of my favorite cities.
Beautiful city.
I love that city.
Beautiful city.
Yeah.
There's this thing I got introduced to. It's called Salem's Fresh Eats. It's just like their like local fast food. It's kind of like a mom and pop. There's like maybe 7 of them in the area, but the best place I've ever eaten at. I don't know why. The FDA has to inspect it for drugs because it's addicting.
Are they putting cocaine in everything?
Meth.
Well, you have all your teeth.
Yes.
So I'm going to say they're not putting meth in there. Maybe a little cocaine.
I haven't reached the level of fame to hit to get veneers yet.
You don't need them. Your teeth are perfect. You're perfect. So you've been doing comedy all over the country still?
Yeah, still on the East Coast. Haven't ventured out to the West side yet, but yeah, mostly the East Coast. Like I'm up here for 4 days, which is nice. So I was in Manchester last night. Obviously Dover tonight, Brookline tomorrow, and then Cambridge, Massachusetts on Saturday.
Where are you going to play in Massachusetts?
Cambridge, it's the Comedy Studio.
Oh, nice.
I'll be hosting that show, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. A couple professional comedians are going to be there too, so I'm excited for that show.
Yeah, who's coming there?
This is a horrible question to ask or to not know
right.
because I'll be the host.
Right.
But I'm in the group chat and I saw the names.
I just don't remember them at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Comedians really don't operate before 1. It's really unfair that we're having you in here at 10 a.m.
It's okay. I did come in late and I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to smell of alcohol and weed.
And you brought none to share.
Oh.
None to share. So I'm looking forward to tonight. I have inspection first thing in the morning, so I'm going to be scooting out probably right after.
Naturally.
And how many tickets are they?
From my understanding, I believe 30 tickets are sold so far out of the 65 that are available. So we're almost halfway there.
Perfect.
And that's great because putting out the advertisements on Eventbrite and all that. Later, I'll be putting posters around Dover. So if you're listening, you see me around Dover, ignore me because I look homeless.
He will look much better this evening.
Yes, I will look much better tonight for sure. And also with more drinks, I'll look even better.
Right, for us, we should drink more. I never thought of that. Like, yes, I should feed people drinks so I look better.
Yeah.
take off their glasses,
Yeah, that's
push
why
them at least 8 feet away.
Yeah, 6 feet, social distancing. That's why the club is always dark. You just can't.
Can't quite see.
No, that's why you can't stay there until it's too late. You know, when the lights turn on, because you're like, oh,
Oh, that ruined everything.
yeah. Now I'm just gonna find out in the morning. Now I find out now. Now
Yeah.
the choice is it's my choice now.
Tell me some of the fun things you've been doing and who you've been meeting on your tours.
Yeah. So the last, I guess, tour was the one that I did back in when I was up here in New Hampshire. But like I've done like like kind of one nighters in comedy. Like
Have you done Side Splitters in Tampa?
I've done the theater. I have not done the actual Tampa one.
Okay.
Because the theater one is in Wesley Chapel. That's a good room. The one in Tampa is obviously an even better room. I've been going there a lot more recently because again it's just a great room. I got to hang out with I think we talked about this last time, but I got to hang out with Drew Dunn the night after his Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show set, and so I just met like a couple of people. I saw Louis C.K. the other week. That was great.
Are you a big fan of his?
I never knew who he was growing up, but I knew the jokes, and then when I would now that I'm doing it full-time-ish or part-time, I've been like watching a lot of specials. I'm like, oh, that's where that joke comes from. Oh, okay, that
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I was a fan. I just didn't know who he was, kind of thing. But like I grew up on like Def Comedy Jam, Pablo Francisco, Daniel Tosh, Dave Chappelle, that kind of stuff. So Louis C.K. was like kind of I didn't see him unless it was like a special that was on HBO or something like that.
Yeah.
But he was great. I believe he just came out with a special on Netflix. Here I am promoting his Netflix special.
Right. And I started to watch it and I turned it off.
Did you?
I did. I didn't laugh. It was like 15 minutes in and I'm like, I must not be in the mood. I'm going to maybe it's me.
Yeah. I think
because I've seen him live.
Yeah, and he's great.
Yeah, and he's great. So I'm like, why am I not laughing? I must be in a foul mood. So I shut it off, giving myself time to go back.
Like, when is he going to pull his pants down? What's going on?
Yes, please.
No, but he was funny. He was great. It's, I think his humor lies in the absurdity and obviously the dark humor.
Yeah.
And I think, again, like you said, if you're not warmed up for it, if you're not ready, you're just not going to...
It's not clicking. Yeah, it's not clicking. So Pablo Francisco is probably, it's hard to have a favorite.
Yeah.
But he's one of my favorites because of the voices.
The voices, the best, to me, I think one of the best impressionists I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's just amazing. And he's, it's always the perspective, right, on things. And
yeah, Kermit the Frog buying cocaine from Al Pacino.
Yes.
Like, so you got the stuff?
I got the stuff.
You got the money?
It's great.
Yes. And one of we saw him live in Boston. Maybe this was 10 years ago. And we saw a comedian in front of him. I never remembered his name, which upsets me to this day.
It upsets us too. Even as comics, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I just did a show with like right now," and you're like, "Who's on the show?" And I'm like, "Oh,
I can't remember right now."
Yeah.
He did this funny joke about how he looked. He's, hey, I'm up here, and then he says, "And I know you're thinking, what's Gary Busey's lesbian sister doing here?" Right? So now you have a visual of him, right?
Yeah, that's great.
And so he's doing his thing, and then he's talking about how when women are going to fight, that there's a precursor, shoes start coming off. Earrings start coming off. Wigs start coming off. Shirts, because they're like prepping, like, a fight's starting and he does the whole thing, right? I have not ever been able to find him again. I've even Googled
that exact
who jokes that they look like Gary Busey's lesbian sister. And Google and Claude and everybody else is not helping me, but he was amazing, and I was so bummed because I was so excited to see Pablo, and then I forgot his name, and it's just I've never seen him again. He's fantastic.
It's like those what do they call it? Like ships in the night kind of thing.
Yes.
Where you're just like, this was great. I loved it. I want to experience this again, and just never to be seen again. Yeah.
Yes, and it bums me out because I would find him.
Yeah.
Do you like Greg Warren? Do you know who Greg Warren is?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can look him up. It's,
okay. Is it like an older comic or a newer comic?
He is...
Medium comic?
I was going to say he's now starting, I think Nate Bargatze did a special with him, so he's getting a little bit more notoriety. But he's probably been around for 5 or 6 years, but he has this jokes about why he's his age, which is closer to my age.
Okay.
And why he's not married is because he likes 1-star women. And you just can't, there's always an altercation and he's like, you're not my dad, Greg, like when he's trying to like discipline her kids and stuff like that. So he does so one of his specials is called One Star.
That's great.
And I saw him recently in Rhode Island. We're going to see Nick Kroll.
Oh, yes. Nick is another impressionist that is just like, and people have said this too, and if I ever see him, I'd say this to him, but I'd be like, it's 3 of the same voices that he does, but they're all still, because they all have their own personality.
Yes.
And they're great.
Yes. But so back to Pablo, I asked Drew Dunn, I'm like, I miss him so much. What's he up to? And he's like, probably a lot of cocaine.
A lot of cocaine and alcohol, yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't ruin it. Like,
yeah.
Keep it. I understand, right? There's got to be some kind of balance. You have 23 and a half hours a day off. I know you're trying to fill the time, but we need you. Because I'm like, I haven't seen him pop up anywhere to see him live again.
No, he's, I think San Francisco is mainly where he stays out of.
And is he writing for TV?
I would assume like he'll put it, have his hand in the pot. There's a comic in Florida, Lauren Duvall. She opens for him, or I guess anytime he's in Florida, she'll work with him. And she was telling us stories like, like there was a period where he was, I think it was like 5 or 8 years ago, where he was saying that he was sober, but he just kept popping over to the next door bar and just either ripping shots or doing something, but he was leaving for like 10 minutes and then coming back and then leaving. And I was like, I want to meet him, but I don't want to meet him because I like you said, like, don't ruin it for me. Like, this is my like idol, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
But then I would love to do drugs with him. And
right.
drink
Do
with
some
him.
shots with him and let's party. Because he does that whole thing. Let's party.
Let's party.
And you can look at him. Let's party.
Remember me?
And he's like, Leia, let's go party. No, I have a test tomorrow. Because he's with young girls. That's how you know he's dating the two young. He's in the two young clubs.
Yes,
they have tests the next day.
Him and Dane Cook and Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes.
Yeah. It must be. I have a one-liner that I used to do. I don't do it as much, but I used to say, do you think that anytime you see a 60-year-old man with like a 20-year-old woman, do you think that they're just a pedophile that came out of the closet? Like, because it is kind of crazy when you say, you're like, how, what, and why?
Yeah.
Like, you just, and I mean, get your money, girl. You do what you got to do.
So it's funny. I was never the girl that liked the older guys, and I think it's because I liked, like, my dad and I had a good relationship. I had no need, right?
You didn't need that validation.
Like, I know what dads are like. I got one. Don't want to be with one. I think that was it. But look at this guy on the TV. His pants are at his knees.
That's a choice.
So we have a camera.
Is this Venice Beach?
I think this is Venice Beach.
Beach, yeah.
And so they have this live TV feed in our studio, and every once in a while you'll just catch a glimpse of a woman was in her pajamas with her blanket over her head just walking to the beach. And now another gentleman just had his
pants down,
on at his knee level with a belt, waddling and not attempting to pull them up.
He was
at
happy.
all.
He was catching the breeze. He was airing everything out.
I don't know what's wrong with the public anymore. I feel like we could just do riffs on, if we could also
100%.
have them see this.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show? It was like sci-fi something, and they used to be two little robots in the audience,
so familiar.
And they used to riff on television programs.
Yeah.
I could do that as a profession.
I would 100%. Yeah, I love that.
So half the time that I'm watching, a movie with my husband, I'm like just narrating other stuff over the top of it.
Anytime you can people watch, or if you watch a movie, my thing, you'll get high and you just put it on mute and you'll just make up the dialogue yourself. It's phenomenal.
I haven't done that. I haven't muted to make up the dialogue. That's probably a good one. I do like the idea of that one. So I'm sorry I got distracted from the man.
Now I'm gonna be
now we have to watch this.
This is gonna be the whole radio show. See, this person is in a wheelchair with one leg going backwards.
Yep.
This is a sight.
And so it's funny because when I first came in, there were a lot of runners. And the way the camera angle was, and then it panned over, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of homeless people to jog over. Hurdles. Just hurdle over the homeless person.
You have we'll just see Sha'Carri Richardson and other Olympic athletes just hurtling over these homeless people. Just
look at her going crazy. She's doing a great job.
The crazy thing is, this is 7 a.m. because it's 3 hours behind.
Yes.
So it's 7. This is what we're seeing. This is what's happening at 7 a.m.
Yeah. I love that there's all these morning, I used to run in the morning and I look out with envy to have that much energy to do it anymore. I don't have that energy to do it anymore. I can barely make it through a day. Yesterday I sat down on the couch for 5 minutes. I think I passed out for 5 minutes and I perked back up and I had to make dinner.
I'm only 30, but there's a point and as you get older where you look at the time and you're like, it's 10:47 p.m. and the music is loud and drinks are flowing. You're just like, why am I outside right now? I'm paying rent. I could be enjoying that right now. Like,
I could just have a good time.
I can be drunk at home, blast music in my own room.
Have no DUI.
Nope.
No altercations with other people.
Flicker the light on and off. Like,
right. I actually have, and you can get them probably at Best Buy or definitely Amazon. They're strobe lights, colorful strobe lights.
Yeah, like little
you
disco
can
balls.
sync them to the music.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
we have dance parties at my house all the time.
I would too. Yeah.
That's what happens when you have a mortgage. You're like, well, I'm just going to start having the party here.
Club Lisa.
Yeah, the party's here. So back to the various comedians. I think you should see Greg Warren. He's one of my favorites. Obviously, Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, Nate has an opener. Aaron Weber, I believe his name is. Hilarious guy.
Okay.
He has a bit. He has a couple bits, but one of my favorites is he goes to Seattle, Washington, and he's like, if you guys, he has like a southern accent, so he goes, if you guys ever been to Seattle, Washington, it's the best, man. There's this food truck that they have a hot dog, and I just showed up, and I was like, hey man, he was like, what do you want? And I was like, hey man, just do the thing. And the guy was like, okay, and he made him the best hot dog ever. And he was like, every time I go back to Seattle, I get this one hot dog and everything. And then one day I was like, you know what, I should ask him what kind of hot dog this is, so anytime I go to other places, I should get this specific type of hot dog. And he goes up to the guy and goes, hey man, what kind of hot dog, what do you put on the hot dogs? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, the hot dog that you make me every time I come here. He goes, I only make one hot dog. And he looks up at the menu, and it's just one hot dog, and it has all the ingredients and everything. So he's like, I've been traveling to Seattle, Washington for no reason. He goes, I live in Tennessee, and I'll catch a flight there once a month just to have a hot dog that this guy has been making. And he just goes at like just the absurdity of just what he's gone through just to get that those hot dogs on all the trips. He's like, I've wasted so much money. Yeah. And it's great. But I saw him at Side Splitters in Tampa, like maybe 3 months ago now, I think, and he was great. He was hilarious. Andrew Schultz, that's another great one.
I saw Sebastian Maniscalco in Side Splitters, and my husband and I took a picture with him. And because he was just starting to get popular, he had like one of his specials out, and
he wasn't Sebastian yet. Like, you don't want you want to take a picture with me?
Right.
You want to take the camera out? You want to stand next to me? Now I don't know if I want to smile. I don't know if I want to hold my arm around you. I don't know if your husband's upset at me. I don't want to do the thing. Yeah.
Yes. So it was when he was still a little bit younger, like he had one special out, and we couldn't get tickets. So I'm like, we have to see Sebastian,
of course,
live on vacation. So we get the 4:30 show.
Oh gosh.
He ripped us apart. He goes, what did you guys wake up and start showering to get here? Like, you guys are a weird crowd. What are you doing? It's light out.
It's sunny, still
yeah,
light
it's
out.
sunny. What's wrong with you people? How early did you get, and it was funny because it was like when we were getting ready, we were like,
what are we doing?
Can't even go to the beach. We have to like get ready to go out.
Can't even
at
have
noon.
lunch. Can't even enjoy lunch.
Right. No, we got to leave. So I saw him there. I was trying to think of some of the other more famous comedians that I saw there, because every time we go on vacation, we try to put that in there, especially down there.
Of course, yeah.
Harlan.
I'm upset that I can't remember his name, but he's funny. Freddie Got Fingered.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it funny what you can remember, but you can't? So, yeah, I apologize. But we saw him down there, Robin, her daughter,
Harlan
and I.
Williams.
Yes, we saw him. And he, love, what are you doing, love? In the front row. And he just picked on this one woman and did everything and always came back to the one woman.
Yeah. I love crowd work like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I was saying recently online, I felt like I had to interject. I cannot stand when the crowd is just like going to town on the comedian.
Oh, like heckling and just like nonstop
not heckling,
talking,
just talking to them. Like they'll do a joke and they're like, yeah, blah blah blah, and you're like, simmer down.
Yeah, you're like, you ever catch a flight? And they'll be like, yeah, I just did last week, and you're like, all right,
okay, I'm not talking to you. This isn't a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
This is rhetorical.
Yep.
This is my soliloquy where you laugh and I'm talking, and I can't stand when like people don't know when to shut it off. And I think partially it must be the alcohol.
Yes, alcohol. I heard a good take, or not a good take, an interesting take on it. Because I had coworkers of mine. They didn't know I was a comedian, and they were like, "What are you up to tonight? Like, we all want to hang out. We're all going to be in Orlando." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like sure." Like, well, actually, it was Alpharetta, Atlanta, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, I'm going to be at a comedy club. They're like, "Oh, comedy? That looks pretty cool. Like, we want to go and watch." And I was like, "Oh, it's nothing special. Like, you guys don't have to go. Like, it's not that big of a deal." They show up. We're all sitting together, and then I'm like the fourth comedian of the night, so like now number 2 is up on stage. Now I got to get up and like prepare. So I was like, "Oh, I'll be right back, guys." And then like the next comedian before me, they're just talking like to him, like just like constantly, and then the comedian just like snaps back at them. I was like, he said something I can't say on the radio, like the curses, but he just said something that was so perfect that I would like. It was like I would never raise my daughter to be. It was something like that. That it was just so good, and like shut them up. And then I went up on stage, and then afterwards they were like, "Oh my gosh, we know you're a comedian." But then afterwards, they kept talking again, and then they kept doing it, and again they were getting ripped apart by the last 3 comedians. And then afterwards, or later on when we talked about it, they were like, "We thought we were just like adding to the show. We thought we were like making it better, like making it funny." And I was like, "At what point when the comedian yelled at you did you think that it was okay to keep going?"
Do you know he's on stage? He or she is on stage.
Yeah.
There is a light on them.
Yep.
They have a
There's
microphone.
Yep.
You do not.
Nope.
You are in a seat over here. This isn't. I almost want to say this isn't second grade.
Yeah.
I'm not calling out where you get to answer the questions.
Yep.
Perfectly rhetorical thing here. Now, some people do crowd work and specifically ask questions, which is fine.
Of course.
But I am when that starts, it depends on the crowd, and I'm always like, depending on how good they can do it, it's like, oh, this is going to ruin the rest of the night for me.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, you did not want to be picked on by a comedian. You did not want any attention. You were there to, like, it was one way.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And I grew up with that. And so I'm the person who's like, don't call on me. I don't want to participate in the show this way.
Exactly.
But, now everyone puts their crowd work online.
Clips, yeah.
Because you don't want to put your real comedy out online because you want people to come to see you.
It's exactly what it is, yeah.
So you're doing the crowd work, and I'm just so amazed at how people really feel like it's an interactive.
People, I think, crowd work clips on TikTok and Instagram, everything that went viral, like Matt Rife and all that, I think that did, what that did to comedy is what porn does for sex.
Ruin it.
It ruins it because now you just have all this expectation. You're like, oh wow, the pizza delivery driver person's here. Like, I guess I'm gonna get one.
Do they still do that, or have they gone really off the rails?
I'm sure they've gone off the rails.
I don't think because that would be the porn of my time period.
Yeah. I feel
like oh, there's a girls' slumber party and one amazing pizza guy. How did this happen?
I think
the luck.
I think now they're all dressing up as furries and
how frightening
costumes.
So part of my I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I think the reason why the younger generation isn't, how they'll say, they're not into sex and like Japanese people don't have sex or this like group or under 28
and all that. Yeah.
They're I think whatever statistic came out said like they, I don't know, did a test or a survey and people hadn't had sex in over a year.
Yeah, which is crazy.
As a grown adult. It's crazy.
As a grown adult.
And so you're like, you got to apply yourself. What's happening?
Yeah. What's going on?
Like the whole time when you were younger, you were like, I can't wait to go do this. Now you have the ability to do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
And you're not.
And you're not.
I think it is the porn.
Yeah.
I think you get weirded out.
Yep.
And you're like, I don't want to participate. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
I don't want to participate.
It's the interaction because, again, first off, who's watching 32 minutes worth of porn? That's first off. You got to scrub through. You got to skip through the good parts. So people are skipping through. They're not really understanding the interaction.
Oh, see, and I was thinking it was like shorts.
Oh,
on YouTube. You got 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds.
That's what porn probably is. It's probably like little YouTube, TikTok shorts that you just swipe through.
I like this one. I don't like this one. I like this.
Just brain rot of just porn.
Yes. That's what I imagine. But I do imagine it's weird enough. Like I think of Dave Chappelle, who favorite, but I think the Charlie Murphy stories were my favorite part of Dave Chappelle.
Yes, the Charlie Murphy stories are true Hollywood stories.
Yes,
were fantastic, and they were like accurate and like real, and they were of course like maybe 10% exaggerated, but just for it to be 10% exaggerated is crazy.
It's amazing
because Rick James punching or slapping Charlie Murphy, and then they had beef, and then they got into a fist fight where Charlie kicked him, and basically James went flying across the room, and then they cut through, and they get Rick James there to talk about it, and he
goes,
like,
"What is he taking karate?"
He's like,
with little kids, 8-year-olds, and Charlie Murphy. So he did kick him.
He did kick him. Exactly.
He's corroborating the story.
Exactly. It's phenomenal. And the Prince story, the pancakes, he's like, Prince is really good at basketball. Okay, the other day somebody told me that I had eyelashes like Prince.
Oh.
Didn't know how it made me feel. How it made me feel. I was like, "Are you hitting on me, sir?" Because thank you.
And that you noticed Prince's eyelashes,
right?
And now notice mine.
Yeah, exactly. He was, I think he was like 50 or 60 years old, and I was just like 50, 60-year-old black dude, and I was just like, "Oh, you were alive, obviously, for Prince, and you were like a big fan." And for you to say that to me, thank you so much, sir. But please stop hitting on me. But I look at videos of music videos of Prince and his interviews and everything, and I'm like, he got so much like women and everything, and like how feminine he looked and was, that nowadays, I mean, I don't know if that would work, but like that was crazy to me.
So it was crazy to me. I grew up in that time period, right? So Purple Rain was on when I was 12. It was a movie, and of course we're not allowed to see it because he's
like half naked or just super.
Well, Apollonia's in there, and he's having his way with her.
Yeah.
She is bigger than him. Literally, physically bigger than him, right? And he's got eyeliner. He's got those high-heeled boots.
Yep.
His
hair's permed.
His hair's
or
permed,
jerry curled every now and then. Yeah.
Right? And he's got it. He's very feminine, and he's got purple, and he's got ruffles.
Yeah.
And you're like
blouses.
Yeah, blouses. It's like, and then you're 12, like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're like, the music's good, but I don't want him touching me.
I don't know. Yeah.
Some freak, and I don't want, I want no part. And why is she's too pretty? Mm-hmm. And that was another thing. Being the girl, being like, you could get anyone you want. You're letting Prince do this to you.
Prince of all people, yeah.
And then once Prince touches you, no one's going to want to touch you because they're like, you're so weird. You like this guy.
You like this guy.
Is this what you're looking for? You're never going to find another guy like that.
No.
Because no other guys are like that.
No. I mean, well, the rest of the, what are they called? Oh my gosh, the rest of his band members. I forgot the name of the band.
Prince and the Revolution?
Revolutions, yeah. The Revolutions.
And then there was the time, I'm trying to think of some of the other, girl, I want to know ya, dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun. Whoever that is, Time,
Yeah.
so whatever. But then they were also, because everyone was trying to mimic what was so good. Just
That's
the way
true.
Hollywood now, it's like, whatever's good, we're going to throw everyone and make everyone do it again.
Yeah, DI.
Yeah, and it's like, okay. That was that with Prince. It was like, we can't believe this small, feminine-looking dude girl.
Latex wearing. Yeah.
Right. But its music is amazing.
Right. Exactly. And that was the thing. I grew up and I heard the music and all that, but I never pictured that as the face of it.
Right.
And knowing that him and Michael Jackson had beef makes it even funnier. Because now
I didn't know they had a beef.
Oh, yeah. The big beef.
Okay, tell me.
Michael Jackson and Prince. I think MJ came out first, and then Prince was like a little bit after him. And there was like some like animosity between the two because they were so similar. And they were both like up and coming, like really talented, and certain like Quincy Jones and certain artists were taking certain ones under their wings. And James Brown, like he liked Michael over Prince, and etc. But there was a day where they had a concert. And they were both like fairly new, and James Brown brought up Mike Jackson. Mike knew that he was going to bring him up, but then Mike was like, "Oh, like thank you so much, but you guys should
You do a great Michael Jackson." No, blanket.
No, blanket. I don't dangle you all over the balcony anymore, blanket. But Mike was like, no, let's bring up Prince. We got to bring up Prince. Prince is a new artist. You guys are going to love Prince. And then Prince was like kind of thrown off because he wasn't expecting to go up. So Prince went up, and then James Brown's guitarist gave him his guitar. It's a whole video on YouTube. It's like 10 to 12 minutes, and it's just a train wreck of like Prince, because it's like his first time ever like on stage and like being called out in front of everybody. It's like some type of concert awards or something, and Prince starts to play the guitar. He's killing it on that, and then he starts to really get into it. And he starts to like swing on like a lamp post or something, and then the lamp post wasn't structured
designed
to have
to be swung on
by a 5'5", 120-pound guy
and his guitar.
And his guitar. So he fell and it broke, and it was like not
a scene.
well. It was a scene. And that same night, while they were leaving, Prince tried to run Michael Jackson over with his car. I didn't believe any of this until I heard the story being retold, and I was like, "There's no way. This is hilarious."
I grew up without the internet.
Yeah.
Right? If that story existed today, one of the two artists would be shunned, like their career would be over unnecessarily.
Yeah, and that was like beginning of their career too. And then they just, obviously went back and forth. And then when Michael Jackson has that song, he's like, "Your butt is mine." I'm telling you, is it bad? Yeah, because I'm bad. Yes, it's bad. So initially,
at first I thought you said your butt is mine.
No, that's
the lyric.
That's the opening lyric of the song, and that's why Prince. So Mike wanted to do that song with Prince. And Prince was like, "Yeah, I'll do the song with you, but who's singing what part?" Because, and this like Prince is on camera saying this.
Yeah.
He goes, "Who's gonna sing what to who? Because your butt is mine is the first line of the song. Am I singing that to you, or are you singing that to me? Because you sure as hell ain't gonna sing that to me, and I'm sure as hell not gonna sing that to you."
Yeah.
So it was just like, they just never,
Well, they were
meshed.
too competing,
Yeah.
and they had something about them that was repelling them, right? Because
Yeah.
they couldn't both probably be stars together simultaneously.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I think
needed their own space.
Yeah, I think it was like kind of like frenemies kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you need that kind of rivalry because it's what kind of elevates you as well.
Yeah,
which is cool.
interesting. So we had the Nashua Community Music School. We had their pop stars
Okay.
who came through their camp, 8 to 12-year-olds, and they came into the show. 19 kids on camera and on the radio.
Oh gosh.
Adorable.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when I would say what's your favorite artist, how many of them said Michael Jackson.
It's crazy the reach.
It's crazy.
It's crazy the reach.
And I was impressed because I thought they were going to say, every one of them was going to say Taylor Swift or
Dua
someone.
Lipa, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
like more new people. And so it was interesting to hear them like that because I didn't think they would. But then I was also like, and it's good you didn't go to his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he liked that the little kids liked him, and he liked that a little too much.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Don't go.
If he invites you, don't go.
Don't go.
I know he has Disney World in his yard. Still, don't go. Don't sleep over.
He has a
Be
giraffe,
out
he
by
has a
9.
monkey. That's cool. Yeah, get out before.
Get out by 9.
Even stuff like that I've always found like super interesting. And I hate that they're making the documentaries about it now after he's passed, obviously. Oh, I mean, I also think that he's like fake dead because again, there's a whole thing. That's so too much weed. But
Yeah. Oh, I wanna have this conversation. So they're saying that he didn't die of the overdose?
yeah, they're just saying like he obviously was just too famous and contractually all that kind of stuff, everything, and obviously you make more money posthumorous, I think is the word.
Yeah.
So it was just like he faked his death and et cetera, et cetera. It moved like it's like Tupac. Tupac never died. He lives in Cuba, kind of thing.
Okay.
Which Kanye proved that because he took a picture with Tupac in Cuba, like I think it was 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago now.
Really?
And it was like again, like it's so I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past
Interesting. Well, Prince went by a symbol because contractually he didn't want to.
Prince.
He couldn't be Prince
The
anymore.
artist formerly known as Prince was his name, right, or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
But it
and
was
then
like a
symbol.
squiggly symbol, like the infinity sign.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because any name that he took
Mhm.
was already owned by somebody else.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. These contracts. That's how they get you.
Yeah, and it's like, why don't I have those lawyers?
Right.
Because I don't have that kind of talent.
Yeah.
There'd be no need to be around me.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle has I forget which special. It's one of the last, not the last special, but the last 3 before this. One of them, he talks about how when he was 19, he was an expecting father and he needed the money and he had this idea for a show, so he pitched it and they loved it, and the people in the room were all like lawyers and everything, and he was like, they were all saying, hey, you should do the deal. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. He goes, maybe if it was a good deal, that's great. But what if it wasn't? What if these were all friends that all got together at lunch right after meeting with me or right before meeting with me? And even my lawyer was also having lunch with them. So they're all benefiting and they're all, so it was like very well put together story of like how the industry, works. But it's, like you said, having the right lawyers, having the right people around you. I think that always helps because, desperate times call for desperate measure. I get that, but you gotta think about.
Well, you can't sign away your soul either.
Exactly. Yep.
And I think one of the things that we're all attracted to is talent.
Yeah.
I think that just like I think many of us, maybe not all of us, because I see the way some of you dress, not our listeners,
Yes.
but I'm pointing right now
Yes.
to the guy walking on Main Street.
Yes, and in Venice Beach.
And at Venice Beach.
Pants on.
Right? That we're attracted to beauty and we are,
Yeah.
that there's something about that's drawing, that
Yeah.
draws us to it.
Because it's a sense of effort and a sense like, oh, wow, like you're put together, you took the effort. I know how hard it is to be that, and you took the time. And if you can see someone do it so consistently,
Mhm.
that's where the admiration comes in. And I 100% agree with you. I actually put on jeans because I was like, if I have on sweatpants, I'm sure somebody will.
Lisa's going to say something.
Yeah.
She's just going to say something. She's not going to be able to let that one slide. She's going to be telling jokes all of a sudden about my sweatpants. I was trying to tell a lettuce E. coli joke and no one laughed at it, so
the
I won't
Taco
bother
Bell
it
thing?
again. Yeah, I'll tell you on the break though.
Okay.
You can see if you laugh because everybody was just like, "Ew," and I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was funny." So I'll tell you that one at the break. Growing up, Eddie Murphy was one of my. You know, you grow up with Aunt Bunny falling down the stairs.
Yeah. Yep.
Richard Pryor.
Yep.
George Carlin.
I watched Harlem Nights the other night for the first time in like almost 10 or 15 years, and I forgot how good of a movie it was. Like just kind of put together. It flowed so well. It's a very simple plot, but it flowed so well.
Mm-hmm. And Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Young
R.I.P.
Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was absolutely great. Like, wasn't that Hump on the Other Side? Wasn't that Hump on the Other Side? That one eye. I love that one. I love that movie. But I was always attracted to comedy, even really, really young.
Yeah.
And Monty Python.
Monty Python, yeah, like the 17 that they made. Yeah.
And I used to watch. They used to have the Flying Circus, which is a half an hour weekly special on like PBS or whatever those channels are. And I remember my mother showing me Life of Brian, which is not as famous as the Holy Grail, because the Holy Grail was like everybody loved it, everybody quoted it. It's a huge thing. And there's so many movies that make odes to it now.
Yeah.
Like It's Just a Flesh Wound.
Yeah.
Even Mission Impossible has
Did they?
one line. I forget. I think it was the fifth one. The prime minister gets shot and he goes, "Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound."
That's good.
And I'm like, so there's so many references there, but I liked Life of Brian better because I was going to Catholic school and it was poking fun at religion.
I gotta watch that one. Okay, I went to all boys Catholic school, so that'd be great.
Okay, so it opens up with Jesus in a manger and the wise men coming. And they're men dressed as women, dressing as men. Like there's a lot of that in that particular one, because back in the Roman times, women weren't allowed to go to stonings or whatever, so they were men playing women, playing men.
Playing men, yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on, which I loved. And Brian and Jesus are born 2 mangers away, so their lives are parallel.
Yeah.
And so while Jesus is off pontificating about, blessed are the
Blessed is the Holy Spirit and all that.
peacemakers, and someone in the back can't hear and goes, "It's the cheesemakers. What's so special about cheesemakers? It's anybody who participates in dairy products."
That's good.
Or the distribution and manufacture of dairy products. Like you're all like you have no idea what's going on. You're all making up your own rules. Yeah. So if you've never seen Life of Brian,
I haven't, but I would definitely watch that.
Okay, so you get a little high.
Yes.
And watch that one.
Love it.
You will love that one. You will love that one. But I remember just knowing that it was odd enough that I probably shouldn't laugh, and that's what made it so funny.
Yeah.
It's like when you laugh in church.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's
someone
like
looks at you like, "Stop laughing in church," and then you can't stop laughing in church.
Yeah, because then you will go to hell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I think God made us laugh.
Yeah.
He made this emotion. It's not me.
My thing, he made us in his image. He thinks this is also funny.
The absurdity of life. Don't tell me he doesn't have a sense of humor.
Oh yeah, there's things that happen to you, like, and it's always so niche to you that if you try to explain it, you're like, you wouldn't, you're not gonna get it. But there's times where I'm just like, that was funny, dude. That's really good. That was good.
Yeah, good one. Good one. You
good
got
one,
me.
dude. You got me on that one. Yeah,
you got me on that one.
I guess I'm not the comedian I thought I am.
You're still one up. Yeah. So I think like there's still the part of me one day that wants to do 5 minutes of an open mic.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. I don't have it in me to do it at the same time.
The best part that I can, or the best thing that I can say is just show up to an open mic or just be there. You don't have to do it the first time that you're there, but just be there so you kind of get the feel for understand what's going on. But if you just one day you just sign up your name, because once they call your name, that's it. You know what I mean?
Going.
Like you got to go up, and I think that to me is my favorite part of comedy. Is like once like you're on now. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Is it Rocket Man with it's Elton John's like biopic, but
I haven't seen it. No.
Aaron Eager, or I don't know, Eager Taggart. He has a name.
Yeah.
He plays.
He might as well be an assassin with his 3 names that you'll never remember in the right order.
It's an SNL character.
Yes.
He plays Elton John from like basically from when he started working with Benny and like writing music and scripting music. So Benny was the one that would write music, and Elton would be the one to like add the piano and music to it. And so you see that from beginning and up until like not the end of his career, but like when he like officially blew up and was like touring. But there's a specific scene where he's gonna do. I think he sold out Dodger Stadium. I think the first ever artist to sell out a baseball stadium, something like that, in like the 70s or 80s, and he is like going through a lot. Like I think he found out that he has like either AIDS or HIV. I forget which one. The one that Magic Johnson doesn't have. That
Okay.
one. He has that. He was like going through like a breakup. He was going through a divorce with a wife, but obviously he knew that he was gay. But he was also struggling with self-identity. It was like a lot that was happening, and he was like heavily medicated on drugs and everything. And he's going through all that. And as he's like walking for them, like they're like putting all his like clothes and all his jackets and everything and his hat. He's just like super depressed. And then the second that he like gets on stage, he just turns it on, and it's I think he sings Benny and the Jets, it's like upbeat song. And I was like, that's a perfect rendition of like how it feels ish to be an artist. It's like no matter what you're going through, you get your name called, you got the text 10 minutes before your set that your girlfriend's cheating on you or something like that. You gotta go on stage and you gotta do what you gotta do
Yeah.
for the next 10 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. And I think that that's the beauty of it, because you can also take that whatever you felt before and also bring that on stage too. You can't open with it because then that was a depressing set, but
Right.
but you can kind of because it's not that specific scenario, but it's happened to me where I went through something and then I had to go on stage like an hour later, and I was like, okay. And then after 5 minutes of me doing my usual jokes, I was like, okay, well, this happened. And then you can kind of process and all that in the moment, which is nice too. Not always great to process in the moment, but it's great.
Yeah. I think that there is that. That's probably one of the unique places where it's like you have to compartmentalize. Probably like doctors have to too. Like you have a bad night, you got to go into work the next day and do a surgery.
Yeah.
But I do think compartmentalization's useful.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's like, well, I can't do anything about that now, so worrying about it doesn't work. Let me put it in a
cabinet.
I always say put it in the closet.
Yep. Take it out for later.
Put it in a box in the closet. You'll deal with that later.
Yep.
But I do joke that that's one reason why the past never stays in the past, because someone dies, right? I go back to the first death I ever dealt with. I go back into the closet, I peek open the box, and I'm looking for like, how did I get through that? What was that? And then it's like, well, if you keep pulling the boxes out of the closet, the past doesn't stay in the past. It's going to go put it in the closet.
Yeah, move it to the attic.
Yes, I'm going to move it to the attic. I'm definitely going to move it to the attic or the basement in like an old 3-decker house that has cobwebs. Yeah. Because my basement, I'll just go down and get it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You have to,
it's all well lit down there. I've got exercise equipment.
Yeah, it has to be like terrifying. You don't want to actually go in there.
Yes, I have to go put it somewhere I don't want to be.
It has to feel like a horror movie down there.
Yes. Oh, I'm reading an awesome book that's a psychological horror movie, speaking of basements.
Okay.
And I was showing clients the other day, and they're like, I tell clients I don't go into the basement because 9 times out of 10, I'm not selling basements.
That's true.
I'm selling houses.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Whatever's in the basement, that's your thing. Plus, I have a real thing about itch and senses and smells, right? So if I walk through a spider web and then I have to spend the rest of my day just wandering around, I will scratch myself raw, because I'll believe I stepped through something or there's a spider still on me or something. So I just don't need that kind of stress in a day.
Yeah.
So I've had, now if you have a nice, finished basement, or you're in some nice house that they have a nice basement, I'm going in the basement.
Right.
But I'm talking, I sell a lot of multifamily homes, and those buildings were built in 1885. Yep. They're crawl spaces of just, rocks with light coming through it. I'm like, I'm not going down there. Haven't you ever seen Silence of the Lambs? Not going down there. And then I was vindicated when one of my clients got locked in his own basement by one of the tenants.
Oh my God. On purpose?
On purpose.
Oh.
And it was an only interior door basement, so there was no way to get out of this basement. And the guy locked him down there.
That's some Edgar Allan Poe stuff.
Yes. It's very creepy. And so I'm like, if you call 911, your phone is tracking where you are. And if you don't answer them, they just dispatch to that location. He goes, I did not know that. I'm like, women know all the crazy stuff that men are like, because in his mind, he's like, why can't I go into this, I didn't tell anyone I was going to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like, because he's
no
a
one has my
guy.
location. No one needs my location. Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't think on
Boy
the
brain.
back end.
No, yeah, boy brain. Because I mean, obviously, life is just more threatening for women in general.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all have to watch those 48-hour documentaries and
Over and over to
Over
learn
and
how
over.
not to get kidnapped.
yeah, like the second that you're like, oh, okay, red flags are he drives a white van, he has a mustache and Vans, got it. Like, and then you meet a guy with all three, you're like, nope, I've seen this episode before.
Yeah,
Nope, I'm
yeah.
gonna turn the other way. But he's 6 feet and makes 6 figures. You're like, you know what? Never mind. He's
Either way.
you know what? I get the mustache; it's for his job, and the van. You know what? It's much cheaper than gas.
He's an electrician. I don't know for what company because it's not lettered.
It's not stickered on the van. But he has a bunch of wires and ropes and tape, so I assume it's safe.
Yeah, he's got a lot of wire back there. No, I grew up with the white van thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm that generation that your parents used to scare the crap out of you and then tell you to get out of the house.
Yeah, and come back when the street lights come back on. Yeah.
So I'll tell this story because I think, how many minutes do we have left? 8 minutes. Okay. It was not unheard of to buy cigarettes for your parents.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
not illegal to buy cigarettes.
Yes.
And I used to love buying my parents cigarettes because it meant I could walk off the street
Yep. You can do
several
your own
blocks
thing.
away. I would take the change, buy myself something with
Yep.
it, right?
Swedish fish here and there.
Yeah, it was like a very empowering thing. I loved
Yeah.
to go buy my parents cigarettes. So the one closest to my house was also a drugstore where they dispensed drugs. A drugstore, like back in the day before Walgreens. It was like just a regular
Yes.
guy pharmacy, right?
Yeah, yeah. The guy in
And
a lab coat.
yes, and I go there, get my parents' cigarettes, get my Snickers or whatever else I buy, Twix probably, and then I go bring it to my parents. Then I walk down to the end of the street, and across this, I can see the block over across the street on all the roofs of the house is SWAT. And you know, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So everyone, you know, it's Somerville back in the maybe early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, what's going on? Film crews start showing up. The bunch of people are holding the pharmacist and everyone in this drugstore hostage.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I was just
in there.
there. I mean, by the time I walked home, for the SWAT to already be
Already
there
on the roofs.
means that guy was in there.
100%.
I just happened to get out.
He was like, I would wait for this little girl to get her cigarettes. I don't know why this girl's buying cigarettes right now, but you know, I'm also robbing
I know
the store
her
right now.
Yeah, I know her parents really want those cigarettes. I know she's in trouble. If
She's in
doesn't
trouble.
come
She
back.
doesn't get home in the
Her
next 10
parents will
minutes.
come in. I can't deal with that.
I can't do it.
So this goes on. Like I go to bed. They're still up on the roof. The next day, we find out that they came out holding the guy hostage, but no one got shot. Everyone
Okay.
was okay. The next day, the business is open because
Yep.
this is the 80s.
Of course,
right?
no, you got to go
we
back.
we
to
don't have any
business.
trauma.
No.
You're gonna pack that away in the
Pack it.
closet.
Compartmentalize it.
And my parents are like, "Okay, go get us cigarettes." I'm like,
What?
"To the store that was just held up for 15 hours?" And they were like, "Yeah, statistically, it's not going to happen again
Lightning
for
doesn't
a
strike twice.
while."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't trust you people as far as I can throw you. You're going to
And
send
I'm 12.
me
I can't
off."
throw you anywhere.
Yeah, I can't throw you anywhere. But like that was like, I don't think that the 80s were a different time. The 80s were just a different time period. When people talk, like even now, someone will say something and I'm like, "You're helicopter parenting."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, and I don't mean that. I'm also not sending the kid to the pharmacy that was just held up for
Right.
15 hours.
Right.
We have a middle ground.
There's a middle ground.
There is a
somewhere.
normal middle ground that a kid can be a normal kid, live a normal life,
Yeah.
not be 27 and your mother's calling the college or your mother's calling the school.
Yep.
You
Mom
know,
is signing your homework every night. My mom did that. Not gonna lie.
your mom signed your homework.
Signed my homework every night. Yeah.
Did the school make her?
No, that's the best part.
She was like, "I'll approve this or I'll not approve this."
It was just like, because I'll be honest, I was a sneaky kid, so I was just
Yeah.
like, you know, not trying to do homework every now and then. So she was like, you have to show me your homework before, you know, to make sure you did it. And if I don't have homework, she would, I wouldn't say all the time, but there's a high percentage up there where she would call the teacher to make sure that I didn't have homework.
Mhm.
You sure he didn't have homework, Miss Lofgren? And she'd be like, oh no, I didn't send him with homework tonight. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. And I'm like, dog, go to bed. Like, what are you doing?
Are you an only child?
I was an only child until 10, and then my sister, with my stepdad, my mom and my stepdad had a kid, so she's like my sister. But my dad has 4 other girls.
Mhm.
I'm the only boy. Fun fact, but yeah.
And you
but
have 5 sisters.
5 sisters. Yeah.
And are you the oldest?
And I'm the oldest, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one between my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
And then my mom and my stepdad have one. Her name is Caitlin. And then the others, Arlene, Melissa, etc. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wondered, did she get a little less strict as other kids came along?
My mom is way less strict with my sister for sure.
Yeah.
And she knows it. She you know.
Yeah, she called it.
Yeah,
she was
she-
like, "Yeah, well, you were the first one. You were my only one at the time. I
Yeah.
didn't want anything to happen,
I
but
get
now I got all these others. You're fine."
Yeah, exactly. Like she's living
Or
with
she
her-
chilled out.
Yeah, she chilled out. I mean, she's my sister's living with her boyfriend at 20, and she's been living with him for the last like year and a half or so.
Mhm.
And I wasn't even allowed to go to my friend's house, for sleepovers or anything. So I was just like, "What are we doing?"
Are you bringing this up
Yes,
constantly?
often, every day actually.
Anytime I see them, I make sure I bring up like, and how does this happen?
Yeah, how do we get here, guys?
Did you sign off on her homework?
Right. I haven't seen you sign off on one sheet of homework since she's been born.
I know. Isn't that funny how that happens?
Yeah.
I think the adults also chill out too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because it's your
And-
first, and like you said, like my mom told me she couldn't bathe me for like months because she was afraid of dropping me.
Yep.
So she had like our neighbor at the time, basically like because she had like 6 kids. So she's like, "Hey Betsy, can you please just come over and just bathe them for me real quick?" I'm like, I just like I'm,
She's nervous.
Yeah, and I get it,
Yeah.
totally get it. But yeah, it's but she's chilled out for sure.
Yeah. So Louis C.K. had a funny joke about how, when you got little kids and they're not eating, like they'll just refuse to eat and you're screaming, "But I have to keep you alive. I have to keep you alive." And they're like actively thwarting your plans to keep them alive. And I grew up, again, I'm a 70s baby. I'm a 72. I grew up in the 6th grade watching young children at a pool.
Mhm. Oh, like you were watching kid like.
Oh,
You,
yeah.
like-
They would like take the kids to the pool where they could drown.
Yeah. That's-
Amongst all the other children.
Yep.
And I was a child, 12. And, that would have never been thought of like
No.
just because I had a friend who had small brothers and it was take them. And one of the little boys, we never put him down because we were on the move.
Mhm.
Right. So we never put him down. We always had him on a hip.
Yep.
And that kid was like 30 pounds not walking. And the doctor told them he's going to have bow legs. He's not going to be able to. This kid has to learn to put weight on himself.
Yeah.
But because we had carried him everywhere for so long, he cried when we put him on the ground.
Oh.
And then we'd be like, "But he doesn't want to walk." And they were like, this
have to
kid's never going to walk. And he's getting too heavy to carry. You have to. But like, that's how, we were not putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. That's-
We were like, we got to go to the park and the kid can't walk there. He's this big. So
Yeah.
we're carrying him.
30 pounds is crazy for a 12-year-old to carry all the time.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then you're like, "What? Do you have scoliosis?" No, I don't have scoliosis. I have a kid on my
I just have
hip
a kid on my hip, yeah.
the whole time. You're listening to Lisa and Robin on the mic on WSMN 1590 AM, 95.3 FM. You can watch, stream, and listen on WSMN.live. We are here with Juan Rosario, and we are going to come back with him at the top of the hour. Stay tuned.